Hi, everybody. How you doing? Dr. Theresa Phillips, CEO and founder of Destiny Arising. And today we're going to have a little bit of girl talk with Yadibeth. We're just so glad that you're with us here at Destiny Arising, and don't forget to become a part of us. But we're going to talk about some things that are pretty sensitive today.
Oh, yes.
You know, we heard yesterday that there's a movement out there to stop us from being called women, and that we're supposed to be called menstruating persons. This is very vulgar and this is very embarrassing. So we say no. And we want all of you to say no, because we are a woman and God made us this way. And we have some things that we want to share about being feminine, about not being ashamed of being feminine, not being ashamed of being a girl, not being ashamed of being a woman, not being ashamed of being and acting like a lady. You know, we have a lot of things that are thrown at us on a regular basis, Yadibeth.
Yes.
And we just feel that there's some things that need to change. Like even when you're doing a broadcast and you're dressing up and whatever that you're doing, dress from your feet to your head so that you can feel like you're really part of what's going on. You know, a lot of people ask me, Yadibeth, why does Dr. Theresa most of the time have a turtleneck on? Well, the reason I have a turtleneck on is because I broke my neck. And after I broke my neck, I found that if I wear a turtleneck and keep my neck very, very warm, then I do very well and I don't get the migraines. But yet I style it. I mean, I always
Nice.
make sure that it
Yes.
looks good and that it's clean and it's always proper. But I think there are times when we forget we need to dress the part.
Yes.
So what do you think about that, Yadi? We've talked about this so many times.
Yes, yes. For me, for myself, it's very important to dress up and feel like a lady. And yes, we're women, and we need to stand up for who we are.
Yeah.
We are no competition with no men. Men are
Amen.
men, women are women. This is not feminist. God created us, the way that we are, and we need to embrace that part of ourselves. It's something very important that Theresa said is the way that you project yourself, the way that you dress. Something, this is my point of it, something that sometimes I hear a lot of women, even myself that I do makeup,
Yes.
and I hear about a lot is, oh, I just like to be simple. I like to be simple. Okay, you can be simple, but be simple and don't take care of yourself. It's two different things.
Oh, yeah. I think that's a real important part. I want to just interject on
Mhm.
that. You have to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
You have to do skincare.
Mhm.
You have to take a bath. You have to wash your hair. You can't
Yes.
just say, oh, I'm just going all a natural. It doesn't work like that. And then
Mhm.
expect people
Yes.
to respond to you. If Here's something my dad taught me a long time ago. We're talking about colognes and perfumes and things like that. And he said, darling, I want to tell you, if your perfume announces the entry into a room, meaning if it enters before you do, it's the wrong thing to do.
Okay.
Yeah. And,
Mhm.
it's really important because
Yes.
if you haven't taken a bath and washed your hair and done all these things that you need to do when you need to go out in public, and that fragrance that comes from our bodies,
Oh, that type of fragrance. No, thank you.
I mean, we really
Yeah.
have to realize, ladies and gentlemen, that just because we've been in lockdown and because we've been distancing and everything else, and we do. I mean, here in the studio, we disinfect and we do
Yes.
everything we have to do. I mean, we do that, and we
Mhm.
tell people, if you feel the slightest bit sick, stay home. We don't want anybody out there. But in the meantime, there's so many people doing media, and we don't want to be caught on a camera and not look good from head to toe. Like I have on a pair of Ralph Lauren jeans. I like them; they're comfortable, and I polished my boots.
Very important. Clean
I
the shoes.
polished my boots
Yes.
before I put them on. And my belt matches my boot so that my outfit looks put together.
Nice and clean, and perfect, well put together.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, and you know, one thing I want to tell you about jeans, when you buy a pair, a piece of clothing that requires a belt, it means it requires a belt. And that means it looks the best on you with the belt.
Yes, I agree.
You know, you have to, you know, how the designer made it is why you bought it.
Mhm.
And so you know, I've got belt loops on my jeans. I wear a belt.
Yes. Mhm.
And I know what it's like to have that belly hanging over. I really think that the worst thing they ever did was make low rise jeans.
Well, not anybody can put it on.
No,
No.
but there's jeans for everybody.
Yes, and you have to buy the right jeans for your type of body.
Yes.
Not all jeans fit well in every single body. I find my perfect pair of jeans is two brands here and there, but I try it's kind of funny like 20 pairs of jeans, high end, low end, between, and until I find the one that is perfect for my body. Because I have small waist, I got hips. See, if I put something very square, it's going to flat everything in. If not, I have to go a size a little bit bigger for my hips, and I take my clothes to the tailor. Right now, I got two blazers in the tailor. I got one vest, one cute vest. It's like beautiful with brights and everything that I get with in the tailor, because you have to fit your clothes. Sometimes maybe you have to
Yes.
go like women's my type of body. They go sometimes a little size bigger, and they fit the waist with petite. Sometimes I have to
Yeah.
fit my length or my pants and everything. And that is very important. It's
I
very
think
important,
I
yes.
think you really hit on something that I think most people don't realize, that if you're 5'4" and under, you're petite.
That's what
And you
happened.
need to go to petite sizes.
Mhm.
And you need
Yeah.
to wear petite sizes. I'm actually a 4 petite,
Mhm.
but when I married my husband, I was a 00 petite. So I am telling you, I've gone through a lot with changes in my body and gaining weight that I prayed to ask. I prayed
Okay.
for weight gain for
Mhm.
years, and then I gained it. Now I'm losing it,
Mhm.
and I'm getting my body where I want it to be. But I find that because I'm petite and I don't have the greatest proportion of legs, you know, my husband always says you got great legs, but I don't feel like I have the great
Mhm.
proportion. I really feel that God could have given me 3 more inches, an inch and a half above my knee and an inch and a half below my knee, but he didn't. And so what I do is that I wear a higher waist pant because it makes my legs look longer. And if
Yeah,
you
that's
have
true.
a long leg,
Mhm.
you can wear the low rise or mid rise jean and your legs will look fabulous. And I tell you, always, your jeans always look best if you have something with a heel. And I'm not talking about a spiked heel or, you know, like some of the models wear.
Really that-
Unless you're out
Really
wearing a
that-
2-piece denim suit
Yeah.
and you're going out for dinner.
Yeah.
But you know, a heel.
Mhm.
You know, wear that heel because it makes the line of that jean look a lot better.
Yeah.
That
Mhm.
cut, you know, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get people get mad at me, but not everybody can wear leggings and jeggings. You have to
Yeah.
have the body for that.
Mhm.
My son made a comment one time. I forget where we were at, and he saw this woman wearing these leggings, and everything could be seen on her.
Okay. Yeah.
And she was probably about 60 pounds overweight.
Mhm.
And he said, Mom, that's a privilege, not a right.
Mhm.
And I didn't know what he was talking about. And he looked over and I went, Oh, no, we don't judge. We don't judge. And he
No.
said, Mom, but their clothes are forcing them to be judged.
Yeah.
And I went, Oh my gosh, out of the mouth of my son. He
It's so
said
true.
their
It's very
clothes
true.
are forcing them to be judged. And I
Mhm.
thought about that. You could be the nicest person in the world. You could have the most giving heart. But you know, the eye gate is the first thing that brings us into relationship.
Yes, it's what you're projecting. So again, it's what you projected. You know, it's like I'm going to flip it to the other side. Flip it other
Go ahead.
side. Sometimes you see a lot of women, and sometimes that's bother me. Uh, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, they need more clothes than what they put on. And they don't want to be judged at either. If we're not judging, but honey, that's why you show me. I don't know you. I cannot sit down to you if you have dinner or call you by your phone. This is why you show me. That's why you think.
It's the wrong attention.
It's not
grabber.
attention. It's the way to. It's not that we like, oh, I cannot believe that she put in that thing on. I cannot believe that she put in that dress. I cannot believe. But we, women like us over here, like body of Christ as well, what we're doing to project the other side to be a woman.
Absolutely.
We need to project and teach that be classy, be elegant, look like a woman. You don't have to cross the line, that you have to show everything. And sadly, that's what we see nowadays. Sadly, it's the way our children are growing, looking at. That's they see be a woman and look sexy. And bam, ba, boom. That's the way we thought.
Yeah.
You have to be all of that. And not really.
It's not
Not
necessary.
really. Does not make you a woman or less woman than somebody else.
You know, yesterday I was at a meeting and I had on a different pair of jeans. And they were a color. They weren't blue jeans. They were a dress jean. And I had on a pair of boots, you know, because we're getting into fall and I can get my boots back on. I like wearing that. And I had on a button-down shirt because this was an official meeting. And I had my shirt tucked in and my belt, everything was where it needed to be. And I had to be at this meeting, but I didn't want to go in a dress because I knew that if I had gone in a dress, because the majority of the people in this meeting were men, that I was going to feel a little self-conscious in the dress. Is my dress too, is my skirt hiking up? Is it, so I went in style. I went covered. I went, you know, I'm a very modest person anyway. I mean, she sees me ministering. I'm very modest.
She is.
And one thing that people don't realize, I ask my congregation, if I'm hot, will you be offended if I take off my blazer?
That's so true.
I will ask, are you offended if I take it off? Because I am shaped like a female. And, you know, I will look out and I will look at some of the faces and I can tell if somebody's questioning that. And I will suffer so that they are not offended. Because I believe that we were created to be beautiful. And I don't think that there's one woman on this earth that's not beautiful. I believe, you know, the Song of Solomon says, thou art fair and beautiful, and within you there is no flaw. And I think we can take everything we have and we can make the best of it. Let me explain something. If you look at my face, you see this is down. I was in a car accident and my eye went back into my head, and I've had to have some surgery on my eyelids and things like that. But I have learned, see, if I turn my head, if I do this, and if I do this, you don't see how small my eye is, and you don't see the flaw. I know the flaw is there, but with makeup, and Yadibeth has taught me some tips on makeup. I have learned to lift my eyebrow with makeup so that I don't feel self-conscious about the fact that this part of my face literally fell because of the accident that I was in. And I always wear glasses so I can see, because I have to see. But you see, you can be stylish and it doesn't cost a lot.
No,
I'll tell you, Poshmark and eBay are your friends. If you know what size you wear and what designer you wear, I have gotten some of the best LA Tahari suits and Ralph Lauren suits and Brooks Brothers suits on eBay for a fraction of the price.
Oh, wow, that's good to know.
You know, for a fraction of the price. You just take them to the cleaners. I love what you said about your tailor. Did you know that at your cleaners is usually a tailor? And they can fix it. And I'm telling you, what you pay $50 for a suit, when you go to the tailor and they say, yeah, that's $60, $70, you've only paid $120 for a $500 suit. Hello. You can do this, ladies.
Oh, yeah.
You can do this. And it's fun.
It's totally fun. I got something about makeup. A lot of the girls, when I go to do makeup, there's like, oh, I know wear nothing. Or I wear something natural. And I ask them, what is natural for you? See, because natural for me, this is natural.
Me too.
Natural for me is natural for that person. And when I keep going talking with them, a lot of the problem is confidence.
Yes.
It's the confidence. Or the thing is, it's like that thinking that sometimes like the same way sometimes women we put makeup like that. Sometimes they judge.
Yes.
Oh, she put so much makeup. She's not confident because she have makeup. No, I like it. And it's fun for me and I love it. And it's nothing with confidence. That's the way that I am. And I try to teach them, enjoy it. A lot of these women have this gorgeous,
Oh my
beautiful
gosh,
eyes. And I'm
yes.
looking at them, I'm telling like, you got them, use them. I don't know. The same to YouTube, maybe how to cook a chicken. You can YouTube how to do my makeup. This is
Absolutely.
something for you.
And we're going to be having Yadibeth on to show us some of these tips. I will tell you that when I first became a Christian and I started out in the ministry, it was almost taboo. I mean, you got to realize, ladies and gentlemen, I've been at this for 33 years. And it was taboo. I mean, women had to have long hair, no makeup. They had to wear dresses in church all the time. And, you know, the dresses had to be way up here and way down here. And I complied. I did. I complied because I loved the presence of the Lord. I didn't feel like it was being legalistic. I really felt, for me, that it took me out of the world. And it showed me that I needed to become different. Well, then when I grew and I became mature, I realized that some of the things that I learned in the world, I could incorporate them as being a minister of the gospel. I went to finishing school.
That's right.
And I did. I went to finishing school. I didn't go to college. I now have my doctorate degree. It took me 22 years, but I got it. But I went to finishing school and I learned how to do makeup. And I laid all that aside when I first became a Christian and then gradually brought that back in so that I would not feel like I was being like I was in the world.
Okay, yes.
And I think that we can do that. And you don't have to tell the world, I'm going to be nothing so that the world will believe I'm a Christian. I believe that we should be the shining light of everything.
The most beautiful women glowing out there.
Yeah.
I believe that 100%.
You know, brush your teeth a couple times a day. I do.
It's like me, even me right now, like I'm trying to make my clothes, my wardrobe, that's the word, my wardrobe, even thinking like, I want to buy this place, I want to buy that dress, and I'm building little by little, and I'm thinking of it ahead. When I take the pictures in the computer, when I do this with these heels, when I do that, and I can go and buying things and preparing myself because that's what I want to project. I want to project this. I'm a Christian. I'm a woman of God. They do business. That I'm classy. That I'm feminine. See, that you don't have to settle for less or put yourself down the bar to call the attention to people. See, I want to show women out there that you can be who you are, beautiful and classic and feminine, and got your business. Even with moms. That's my, sometimes I found it with moms. Moms, let me listen, I want to say straight up to you ladies. Stop using the excuse that you're a mom.
Yeah.
To don't dress up, to don't wash your hair, to don't put a little bit of lipstick, liquor, and brush your hair. I see a lot of moms out there, oh, I'm just a mom. And I don't got time for this. Yes, you got time. Put your life in order. Put your life in think. Wash your hair, blow you know, little bit of powder. You want to put your gym clothes, put something cute. There's so many cute gym clothes out there with your sneakers.
And it doesn't cost much.
No, cost.
I mean, there are stores out there. I mean, one of the ladies in our church found a brand new $400 dress for $15 at Goodwill with the price tag still on. Never even been worn.
That's really nice.
Never even been worn. And I mean, you can do these things.
I'm buying my clothes live. I'm buying my clothes for a boutique. I told you, it's called Garage Boutique. Whatever. It's a live. She go live almost 3 times a week. She had a boutique in Puerto Rico, and she said the clothes that I like, you know. You know, it's live. And sometimes she's like for 4 hours, and you see a lot of these women we type, I want that blouse, white, ship it to my house, and that's the way that I'm building. Don't cost me nothing.
You know, it
Nothing.
doesn't take much. And one of the things that you need to remember, moms, because I'm a mom and a grandmom,
Mhm.
you got to remember, you know, you gave birth to these children.
Mhm.
That's he saw something in you.
I'll say yes.
Oh yeah, when you got that attention of that man,
Mhm.
keep that attention. I know,
Oh,
I know,
yes.
I'm stepping into a different arena,
But it's
but
true.
but it's really true. I mean, one of the things that I love about my husband is that he still brings me flowers,
Mhm.
and I have a garden full of flowers.
Mhm.
But he goes out and he buys me flowers, and then when the children come over,
That's
he
nice.
takes them to go pick me flowers in the
That's
garden.
really nice.
And but he still treats me like that. He opens the door for me. I mean, I remember when I first met him, and he walked over to the side of the door and he opened the door for me. And I go, "What are you doing?" I mean, I wasn't used to that. He said, "You're a lady."
That's beautiful.
And I was like, "Wow." And he said, "Stay that way and I'll stay this way."
Mm-hmm.
And he loves the professional look without it being manly. You can you can be the professional look. I tell you what, women in some suits really look absolutely.
In your heels or like a nice
Oh,
silk
yeah.
blouse, tucked in with the high waist in.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Earrings.
And you can feel great. Like when I was in retail, I mean, I worked for some really high end retail. And a woman came in and she says, "I'm going to a wedding." And I'm thinking of all the dresses that are in the shop, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "But I want to wear a black suit." And I'm thinking, who would wear a black suit? Now, my first impression was, I'm a minister. My blacks are only for funerals. you know, I have a section of blacks in my closet that's for funerals. And that was my first thought. And I said, "What kind of suit are you looking for?" And she said, "I'm looking for one that fits, that makes me feel good about myself and compliments me." I said, "Okay, we'll work with that." So my first thought was, what's that professional high-end look? And so I brought her 2 or 3 suits. And then I asked her, what was the color of the bridesmaids? What were they wearing? And I remember she said something like lavender or something. I went over and picked out a lavender blouse that went with that black suit. And it didn't look like lavender and black. I mean, it had little traces of black in the blouse. It had just a small little bit of a shine to it. I said, "Here, try that." She goes, "Oh, I look like I'm part of the wedding party." And I said, "That's what you do when you go to a wedding. You compliment the idea of the bride."
Yes, that's true. Mm-hmm.
And people don't know that. They just go any old way. But if you're going, especially if this is a member of the family, you want to compliment and be part of that party. And so she bought that suit. My boss came over and said, "I have never seen anyone buy a black suit for a wedding," but she said she looked phenomenal. I said, "Did you see the shoes?" We happened to have had in the store a pair of alligator lavender and black shoes. And they were getting ready to ship them out because they couldn't sell them, but she bought them because it matched the blouse. So now she was completely put together.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was phenomenal.
Oh yes, a lot of women,
You just put them together. You just put it together.
And the place that I got my clothes, that woman sell a lot of suits. They love it.
Suits are fabulous.
Colorful. We like colors, and they're black, white, pink, like a this color, and we print. Sometimes you see measurement like a black pants with the print jacket, the blazer, whatever, and all of that. They just sell it.
I tell
It
you,
looks so beautiful.
there's only 4 suits you really need in your wardrobe. You need a black, a white, a tan, and a navy. That's all you need for your basics. And you get trouser, skirt, dress, blazer. Of all of those, and you have the basics of a phenomenal wardrobe. Because now you can buy select pieces. You can go to Ross, you can go to Michael's, you can go somewhere and go, "Oh, I like that jacket. It'll go really good with that trouser." Or that, "Oh, I like that red blazer. That's going to look really sharp with that red and navy blouse that I have, and I'll wear that, that's going to look really good. Oh, that that pair of pants is gonna look really good with that.
Mhm.
You know, so you can mix and match.
And you know what? Another look that's coming up, maybe depend your age. What it's like, you can put your jeans, like the dark jeans, like you're wearing, like a nice blouse, or and you put your blazer. With
Oh
your
yeah,
jeans and your
that's a
heel,
classic,
and they're beautiful,
classic,
gorgeous.
classic. And let me tell you
Gorgeous.
something else, ladies. If you know the designer of the suit, you will know that most companies carry the same dye lot throughout the entire company of all their pieces. So
Yeah.
when, let's say, I love Brooks Brothers because I love the cut of Brooks Brothers. If you buy Brooks Brothers suit, let's say you buy the black, everything that they have in that store that has black in it is the exact same dye lot as that black. So you're not mixing blacks. You can go and get another pair of black trousers that is not cut the same as the blazer, and it'll go with it. I mean, you can really build suit upon suit upon suit with many of these companies. I believe Anne Klein does it. I believe Ann Taylor does it. I know Ralph Lauren does it. Calvin Klein does it. Chico's. I mean, these are all brands that are out there that you can really mix and match. And I think Express is doing the same thing now. They're using the same dye lot.
I like Express.
I like Express
I
too.
like that here.
I like
have a lot-
Express too.
Jumpers,
Yeah,
dress jumpers that I have, and blazers, stuff like that for them.
but don't be afraid to mix it up.
Oh, no,
And
have
don't be
fun.
afraid to like
Bring your own personality.
yeah, bring your own sass to it,
Yeah.
and just, make it your own brand, because you are your brand when you step out. You're representing, well, we represent the kingdom, but we're also representing who we are, what we think of ourselves, what we think of others when we're going out there. I do believe in political dressing. I don't mean dressing red, white, and blue. I mean knowing that if you're going to an event and I'm going to be a keynote speaker at the event, I need to know what that event represents. I have to dress according to what that event represents. At Destiny Arising, we find more women at the summits wearing dresses than we do pants and jeans. I mean, not that they aren't allowed to, they are allowed to, but they come in and they said, you know what, I feel like this took me up a bump. I remember at the very first summit that we had, you're going to love this. At the very first summit we had, after the first day, there was a group of women that went shopping the next day during the break, and they went over to Steinmart, I think it was, at the time, and they changed their entire wardrobe for the rest of the summer.
That's really nice. That's awesome.
And what was really cool is, here I am, the founder of it. They brought me jewelry.
Oh,
They
yeah?
brought, they did
That's
that.
so kind.
It was so sweet of them. But they said, we just felt like we grew up. We grew up at
That's
this
really
summit. And I was like, that was such a compliment.
Yes, that's the point. That's the point. That's really nice. Yeah, that's inspiration to, grow and go to the next level with yourself and look
Look the
apart.
part.
Yes, and confident.
Hey, I made the mistake. I'm pretty well known in my area. And I made the mistake of putting on a pair of pajama bottoms and running down to CVS.
Oh, yes, you did it.
I did.
Help me, help me, help me.
I did do that. And let me tell you what happened. I ran into another pastor. I've never done that again. No. I have never, ever.
The
done
most that I
again.
can put running is like my gym clothes, but it's always nice ones.
Yeah, even if you're
With
going,
my sneakers and stuff.
yeah,
like
even
that.
if you're going to work out, keep it clean.
Clean your shoes.
Oh,
There's
yes.
a lot of young girls, and especially I want to be open to. Especially my husband. My husband is a man. My husband is a very like feminine woman, totally feminine woman.
Yeah, mine too.
He don't mind. For him, I can put heels all day long and look nice and polished. But something that he always points like young girls, and sometimes it's like he said they look so nice, but they don't fit their shoes.
Her husband is a shoe junkie.
Yes, it's very. Even my own boys. He come like my boys come in my. He's like, you look nice, but what happened to the sneakers? Clean that white sneakers. Clean them nice and clean. It's like that. Say a lot about you.
Yeah, that really
Mhm.
does. I remember her husband came in one day to church and he said, Pastor Rob, you need a haircut.
Yes.
He did.
Yeah,
He
my
told
husband
my
is the one that do a haircut every week.
he
Before
did.
every week.
He said to my husband, he goes, you need a haircut. Well, we all know that Rob was working a lot of hours.
Oh yes.
And
Mhm.
so what did he do? He came by and picked him up, took him to go get a haircut.
Yes, that's
You know, and I'm
That's
telling
my
you,
husband.
these two men together are something anyway.
They're
But
funny.
I'm telling you, it's
Yeah.
not a big deal, but it is a big deal in the eyes of the kingdom.
Mhm.
We are here representing the kingdom. And you know,
Yes.
that represents the king. And we
Mhm.
just want to look our best. And it doesn't
Yes.
take much. Whatever you have, iron it. Yeah, I
Yes.
iron my jeans.
Mhm.
It depends on where I'm going, but I'll have some jeans have. I actually took a couple pairs of jeans to the cleaners. I said, permanently crease these for me. And they were like, what? I said, permanently crease these jeans for me so that I can wear them at other events. And they did. And it doesn't take much to do this,
Yes.
but you can do it.
Yes. Very important.
It's very important. And that's kind of like our girl talk for today. So we are
Yes.
women. We are not going to be called the other thing.
No.
We are not going to be called
Anything else.
anything. We are women.
We're women.
And we are glad we are women.
Yes.
And so we want to thank you for watching us today and listening to us. We appreciate you. Don't forget
Yes.
to become a member of Destiny Rising. Bye-bye.